Mine is the first visit of a Canadian Prime Minister to China in nearly a decade. The world has changed much since that last visit. I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
The government's coughing up billions in settlements, papering over the festering wounds of dispossession in order to slice Canada up into fragmented provinces under a new world order.
Another possible outcome of all of this land grab activity going on in Canada right now is that if this continues, what's going to happen is Canada is going to break apart in a very short period of time. We're talking a few short years, maybe. And Saskatchewan and Alberta are going to separate, and that will immediately be horrific for our already brutalized economy.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
Sure.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
We're talking about the physical jihad, the physical struggling against the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Threats of other occurrences, such as the rise in the far right.
There will come a day that we will see far more radical extremists and terrorists coming out of Europe because of the lack of decision-making, trying to be politically correct. I'm sorry, but that's pure ignorance.
Director General of Asia has warned about a range of threats, be it anti-Semitism, the rise of right-wing extremist groups as well.
Just like Israel, Australia does not have a right to exist.
The government is prepared to take whatever action is necessary. Included in that is the need for tougher gun laws.
There's a need for a new world order, but it has different characteristics in different parts of the world.
Never before has a new world order had to be assembled from so many different perceptions or on so global a scale.
This is the end of civilization as we know it, and a predatory AI globalist robot economy takeover. This is the equivalent of Pearl Harbor when the Japanese struck. This is the first official launch of the end of the rest of our lives. Now remember, I'm the one that laid this out absolutely specifically, that Bill Gates is the front man for the large robber baron fortunes headed up by IBM that his mother captained. His father ran the World Eugenics Society after it was made illegal in Europe and it went underground. They run the whole thing. And they believe they are exterminating you to save the earth. And I'll just say something. I'm not going to join Bill Gates because it forfeits your soul. But if you go along with this, and if you don't spread the word, and if you don't stand up for your children and others, you are deserving of what happens to you. Because if you're going to let these people kill you and your family, then you deserve what happens to you. When they came to me a month.
All right, welcome to the show. January 23rd. January 3rd, 2026. I'm just checking to make. Give me a second here to find out. Oh, yeah, that's better. Okay. uh, 2026. Thank you for being here. Last minute movement here. I always got to figure out if you can hear me. All that bullshit. So, thank you for being here. We got a hell of a broadcast for you. Tonight I have John with me here. It looks like John's gonna be a regular here for a while, and till he gets tired of my bullshit. I mean, um, but really, what I wanted to say is there's a lot going on, and it's not like the normal, uh, crazy Democrats acting crazy, and so what we have now, and we're gonna get into it tonight. We're definitely gonna get into it. We have Democrats or what I don't know. We'll call them anarchists because I don't know if they're calling themselves Democrats or if they're just calling them devil worshiper. I don't know, whatever they are, going and doing crime and then getting arrested. Finally, this really happened. I got a couple articles here, and then the judge demands their release after they've broken people's constitutional rights. I mean, it's just crazy, and wouldn't even indict Don Lemon. And you're like, now, if that was me or you or I don't know anybody else that voted for Trump, we would be in jail, and they would not let us out, and they wouldn't fight for us. And we look at Tina Peters;
You'd be
she's
under the
literally
prison.
in prison for doing her job, and can't touch her. They've tried. I don't know how well they've tried or what their attempts were, however they've done it, because they've done all these different kind of things to get her in federal custody, to get her out of the state custody, so that they could get her even to testify for all the fraud that's going on, because there's a ton of fraud coming up. If you don't know, around the voting stuff from 2020, it's all coming out and it's all being exposed right now. And she's a key witness. And I would be willing to bet that somewhere she's got some flash drives stashed that prove that the stuff that happened in 2020 happened in 2020 in Colorado. So anyway, that's totally went off into the weeds there. But my point is, these people are crazy, and they are backed by these Biden judges, and so there really should be something done about it. And I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know the direction. I know the direction, but I don't know how you maneuver it to where you impeach all these judges that are going against the Constitution and having them removed from their bench. Not sure how it's done. I know it can be done. I've watched for half a dozen, maybe a dozen different shows, different people that are very smart that say that there's a way to do it, but it's got to be done, and it's about putting your foot on the gas and not letting up. You know what I mean? And Trump's always worried about is what people think of him, which is weird because he really doesn't care, but yet
He does.
he does.
He does.
So anyway,
He
we
just
have
wants to be loved, man.
Yeah, we all want to be loved. So we got a hell of a show for you tonight. Got, I don't know, 35 clips or something, and a bunch of reports we're going to get into tonight. I wanted to get that one out of the way, the one we just did, because it talks about. Remember when Trump, right after Trump took office, he was talking about making Canada the 51st state and all that stuff, and everybody was getting their panties in a bunch and all that stuff. And it was one of those things that he does is to pump his chest out there and let him know who boss is, who's the boss. I'm the boss.
Well, and then look up here,
and
then he's doing what he wants to, really.
Yeah, and I think that the thing about that is there's something to be said about how he operates, and it triggers people so bad, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the people, really, what do you call them? Do you call them patriots over there? I don't know. Whatever you call Canadians, the real Canadians, not the liberal whack jobs, because there's a bunch of the blue haired people over there too. Not them, but all the other ones, maybe they're the normal people, the people that were talking about I'm not wearing a mask because you're trying to poison myself and my kids, and you're gonna take their learning away and all that stuff that happened. And
That was
they all
crazy up
say
there.
that they would love for that thing to happen to where they were, had some, because let's face it, if we could get past all the bullshit in the United States, we could have a really good place like we used to have. I mean, unless you was my brother. My brother said that it's been corrupt since he was born and before his grandfather was born. It's always been corrupt. But he's also, you know, uh power to the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, but I think my point is Canada is going down. It's going down fast, very, very fast.
Well,
There's
their economy
crushed. They've
is
crushed it.
just absolutely destroyed,
Yeah.
and that's just we're starting to see the repercussions of what they shut down with COVID.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. 5 years later.
5 years later, this is what I mean. We're dealing with it a little bit here. At least
Quite a bit, actually.
Trump is trying to steer this boat in a different direction, which thank God, man. You know
Let's
what I mean?
hope
Yeah.
that he can do something with that. And there's a lot of that going on too, because people, you can really quickly get caught up in the black pill thing
Oh, yeah.
really fast
Yeah.
because there's so many people. And then there's the apologists, the Trump apologists. Then you have the middle of the road kind of, I don't know if it's go with the wind or if they just go with the tide or whatever. Then you have the people that are like, when Trump does good things, I want to praise him for the good things, and when he's doing bad things, I want to step on his neck, because that's what we should be doing. Is we should
Keep 'em in
have a
check.
voice.
Yeah.
And but the black pillars, dude, I'm telling you, man, they are fucking just, dude, it's crazy. And it isn't even like, I think the point's there. I mean, I get the point. Trump was doing great. He did really well in the beginning, and then it just stopped. And I don't know why it did that.
He's getting bogged down again.
Yeah, and so we'll see what happens. But I'm a little apprehensive right now about some of the stuff that's going on. So I hope that he is paying attention to the right people.
Yep.
Because
Exactly.
he did go in and crush at the whiff last week, or this, I guess it was this week. He really
David Davos,
yeah,
whatever.
all
man,
the all
what
the
he
people
said.
all the people that went up there for the United States
Yeah.
and talked, that were from Trump's team, really gave it to him, especially Letnick. Letnick did a really good job, and so we're gonna play that clip here in a little bit. But anyway, how are you doing?
I'm good, man.
I'm
good.
wound up.
Glad to be.
I'm wound up. I've
Yeah.
been sitting in front of books all day. I was like, I am not
Yeah.
digging. I'm like counting down to retirement, 5 years, boy, and I cannot wait. I'm
Yeah.
so tired. But you know what? Hey, I got the best kind of a job to have. You know what I mean? Because it's not a job, it's a career, and it's a good one, and it's
Breaks the money, man.
yeah, it's
Makes
good.
the dream come true.
And I don't break my back like I did when I was
Yeah.
a kid. I mean, anyway. So all right, where we at? We're gonna get into some stuff tonight. We're thank you for being here. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the videos. Thumbs up. Go to our YouTube channel. It's Inspector Webb, and just subscribe. Even if you don't do YouTube, just do it, and just do it for me, and then make maybe a little comment. What we want to do, what we're working on doing, is getting all the algorithms to recognize us so we can get some movement. Early on, well, I've been doing this by myself for a long time. I've just brought in a producer, and in order for me to get past my stuck, it's stuck at the same place. We crashed the YouTube because of 2020, and so we restarted a new one this year, or the end of last year. And we want to get all the algorithms moving. So if you could just Cuss me out. I don't care. Do whatever, ask me a question. I'll respond to all the comments until there's too many for me to respond to them all. But if you could just help us, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
It really does help. Also, in the description, there's My Patriot Supply. Use the code 846, or you should be able to click on it, and it takes you straight to my page with My Patriot Supply, and just buy some stuff, man. I mean, look, if you're in the in the deep south right now, in the next, I don't know, 12 to 24 hours, you're gonna have 4, 5, 6 feet of snow. You probably should have already bought a 90-day supply of food and a generator, because they're talking about major storms. You know what I mean? So anyway, we'll get into some of that. I got a little report, a little weather report we're gonna get covered somewhere along the way as well. Let's get into it. Thank you for being here. God bless all of you. We got to start with God always. God's always
Absolutely.
the first thing and the last thing I do. And let's get into this. So where do I want to start? So there was some stuff that's been going on with TPUSA, and everybody knows that there's like this fence down the center, and it's got like Constantine wire, and you're either on one side or you're on the other, right? And you're either a everything that's been done is completely wrong, or everything that's been done is above board and everything's great, and we just want to get this Tyler Robinson convicted and moving on. We're just moving on. And all the stuff that's went on around that has been just, none of it makes sense. And we're gonna probably spend some time, probably do a special show here, not this week, but next week or something. Just special show on this, because I have a lot of stuff that I'd like to dissect with John. We'll just kind of get into it.
Yeah.
But there's some things that don't make sense. And
lot.
There's a lot of things that don't make sense.
Yeah.
And to have, we were talking about before we started the show. I was doing some prep work. I was running a little bit behind, and I was like, it doesn't make sense that people that I trust in the media, in media, I'll I'll leave their names out of it. Have really taken a weird stance on the truth about the Charlie Kirk shooting, assassination. And
Absolutely.
and it's just strange to me, because I've always trusted everything about what they say. I've always trusted them, like the reporting and everything. And this one, I mean, I guess that's why you don't put all your eggs in one basket, because I do not believe that he was killed by a 30-06 from 144, 142 yards. And it went down. I don't believe any of that. I don't believe it. I just don't. And I mean, I've seen too many ballistic reports that show it. I've seen too many, elk killed and all that stuff, bears and all that stuff, and it's not possible. So anyway,
Yeah.
so back to my point. They're cleaning house at TPUSA, and so there's been the Candace Owens thing. I follow it. Want to stay up on all points, and I do, and I'll probably bring some of that on in the probably next week, because I can't do another show this week. I have some obligations to that training I have to get done. But the point is, Candace was talking about this stuff, and I'm like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. But so there's that side, and then the other side is, it was perfect. Everything's just great, and we're just trying to get this conviction over with so we can get on with our lives, right? Anyway, and so this TPUSA. So anyway, what I was trying to say was, Candace has some contacts, or whatever you want to call it. We'll call them contacts. They're not whistleblowers, but they're like contacts within TPUSA, and they're giving her information. And so she's getting insider information about the stuff that's happening in TPUSA, and TPSA is going fucking crazy about it, like literally legit, like losing their fucking mind, and so they start firing people for no reason, just firing people. They think
trying
that
to get rid of
they
the
think
mole.
if you're the mole, we're gonna fire, and
Yep.
they're firing people that they're pulling 90 hours a week and shit, and they and just just really working hard for the company, and so this lady, I don't know her name. Her name hasn't been revealed yet. When they were firing her yesterday or day before, whenever it was, when she realized that that they weren't going to let even talk to her about it, she pressed record, and it's like 3 minutes of her trying to ask questions about what in the hell's going on here. I've been loyal to this company. I've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
The whole thing, and we're going to play that right now. So we're going to kick the show off with that. It just makes no sense to me why um well, it just looks optics look bad.
Oh,
The optics look
absolutely.
bad.
Yeah.
The optics are looking worse and worse. And
Yeah.
and then that's when you go, these people over here say that one thing, and these people over here say something else, but the people over here that are saying this something else makes more sense than the ones over here saying, dude, everything's great.
Yeah.
It's just, and it just
And
the
this is
credibility.
what my fear was when it happened. Once he passed, that this company of his was just going to fizzle.
Oh,
And that's it's just going down in flames.
They've
It's
made
crazy.
$250 million plus since September 10th. $250 million.
Oh, I bet.
In donations, selling
Yes.
merchandise and doing fundraisers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't understand why they're
not hurting.
Their credibility is so bad.
They're not hurting at all
Yeah,
for money, but
it's wild.
it's just the accountability and stuff is, I don't know, man. I knew once they started with the mole thing, heads were going to start rolling. And they're lopping off people who aren't the problem.
And they're lopping off the people that aren't the problem. Exactly.
And
They're not even-
they're gonna have to clean house, and it's just dirty, man. It's getting.
And there's a bunch of them. I guess they fired a ton of people. I think unconfirmed 30.
Wow.
From office.
Yeah.
So if you can fire 30 people and it doesn't affect your everyday operation, you have too many people.
Yeah. Well, and
So-
just think though, if the information still gets out, what are they going to do? Fire another 30?
Well,
Eventually,
Candace
there's
is
going
like,
to be
"Nope,
nobody.
you didn't get the right one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that's what's so crazy.
Nope.
That
Not the
wasn't
right
the one.
That's not it. That's not
Yeah.
the one. But so anyway, we're gonna do this, and then and if I'm being transparent as I can, this isn't about anything except for really getting to the truth, and why
That's all we want.
Why would they be so dishonest about the? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't make sense unless it is one big cover up. It doesn't make sense because you can't. Why do you? Because what I know about a lie, and once you tell one lie, you can't stop lying because
Because you got to cover up
you gotta
that
cover
one.
up the lie, cover
Yes.
up the lie, cover up the lie,
Yeah.
and then pretty soon it's all lies.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't lie.
Yeah.
Just
Exactly.
ask God for forgiveness.
Yeah.
right? So anyway, let's get into this, and then we're gonna, this is what is this? This is a 3-minute clip. We're just gonna go through it. Just gotta listen. The recording's not the best, but this is about exactly what I said. Optics. This is about the optics, and then we'll bring some more stuff in the days to come about this, and we're just gonna look at a few different things about it. But stand by.
I mean, Frank, this is kind of wild.
I understand where you're coming from.
I know, and I know best to be here, and so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really content leaving for the day without further documentation, explanation, anything.
I understand, but it's time to go. We're just gonna say today's the last day, and that's what we're gonna operate from.
And there's nothing else y'all are going to offer me or plan to offer me.
No, I'll send you an email about offboarding instructions that essentially outlines where you can teach it. So sounds more and then detailing.
And you will receive your year-end bonus from your performance for the year, so that will be in that paycheck.
Okay. So, I mean, this is crazy.
I understand where you're coming
No,
from.
and I know you're going to keep saying I
Yeah.
understand. Like, I know that.
No, I know.
And I know there's probably no magic string of words that I could piece together to procure some type of answer. But
Yeah.
I think on a surface level, like, I'm not going to walk out of here until I say my piece. Like, I mean, y'all know this. I just worked a series of 80, 90-hour weeks plus for MFest.
Yeah, I think
I've
it's,
had no direction or explanation since we've come back. Our CEO has been assassinated. I've done nothing but bend over backwards for this organization to the point where I'm wondering if this is a prank.
it's not a prank. I would never do that.
So I'm just trying to understand. And
No, I understand. It's time to.
so do
it's
I
time
get to have a conversation with Dylan? Do I get to have a conversation with Justin or anybody? Or
Nope.
no? And there's no explanation as to why I'm going to let go,
Right
despite
now, right now, we're leaving all.
And you're going to keep saying a different direction. But I'm trying to understand how I've met multiple times with my.
We're going a different direction with the team, and I have to ask you.
You have to ask me to leave the
Yes.
property
Yes,
due to what, Frank?
because we're asking you to leave because you've been terminated.
But there's no explanation or documentation for this. I've never had one bad review from Dylan. I've never had one issue with the company. I've never done anything unethical. And so I'm sitting here understanding why my entire livelihood is being completely tossed out. I mean, I sat
No,
in this chair.
you're gonna do great things.
No, and I
I
plan to.
don't think I don't think you're livelihood is being tossed out. I think you're
Well,
very successful.
Well, my paycheck every other week is being tossed out, Frank, with absolutely no warning whatsoever.
I understand. At this time, it's time for you to.
It's time for me to go. Why? But this
Because-
is the
because
treatment that Turning Point is offering now.
It's time. It's time to go.
Frank, this is crazy.
I understand where you're coming from.
I don't think you do. This feels very heartless. This feels without emotion.
I do understand where you're coming
This feels completely without
from. I
emotion.
understand where you're coming from. But at this time, I have to ask feedback.
Frank, I'm really not content doing that.
Okay.
Because I know that when I leave there, my credentials not going to get back in, and I'm never going to have the opportunity to speak with somebody at this company as to why I'm being terminated after never having my performance questioned, after never doing anything wrong, after working tirelessly through the death of Charlie. This is wild. And you can, like, that's completely unsatisfactory. And so I have to come home tonight with no plan, no understanding, asking for clarity multiple weeks in a row. And I'm confused. I sat in your office when that whole GC situation happened. And you
Crazy.
said, and I quote, that if you don't get that job, I'm going to personally think that you got screwed over. And now I'm sitting here and I'm getting screwed over in a completely different capacity with no explanation.
Yep, I understand where you're coming from. But at this time,
So there's going to be absolutely no explanation as to why I'm terminated. So when I go to my next job, I can't explain as to why this chapter is closed.
we're going a different direction.
That's not an explanation, Frank.
It's the explanation we're providing now
Providing from who?
from the organization.
From who though? Justin, from Dylan,
From the organization. I only speak for the organization.
So different direction means what? Losing people that bend over backwards for the organization, losing people that would be willing to do anything for the organization, losing people that haven't done anything wrong. Like,
I understand what you're saying, and we're taking on it, but right now it's time for you to go. So at the time, say with peace, and now it's time for you to go. So
like how? Okay. Well, this is
Yeah. So
Wow.
that is wild, man. That is wild. So, the reason why I played that clip is because there's a bunch of those. And that one was the clearest one I could, put together. So why? No reason. Oh, we're, deleting.
Going in a different direction.
Going in a different direction. And she thought they were pranking her first. You hear her?
Uh-huh.
She goes, "This is a prank?"
Yeah.
They're like, "No, you're fired."
Yeah.
It's crazy. And so, I mean, I wasn't I wasn't a Charlie guy. I mean, he did great work. I mean,
Oh,
I
absolutely.
wasn't.
I never really sat and listened to a whole show.
Well, Charlie is his information was like too late for me. We'll just say that he had good information, but it was like late. It was
Oh, yeah.
I'd already had the information and done reports on it. I mean,
Yeah.
because it's partly verification. They verify stuff 10 times before they put it out. That's how Charlie did it. You know what I mean? And different things. And he was working with the kids and all that stuff. That was great. He did great work. But to think that they're doing this to these kids, because they're all a bunch of kids, they're all 30s. I mean, they're all kids. And to think that somebody that, blood, sweat, and tears into a company and then just for no apparent reason, they just start axing people. And then you want to talk to your boss, and you can't. You got to talk to the what do they call it? General lawyer, whatever they call it. General
It's
counsel.
just, yeah.
It's raw. That's pretty bad.
That's just to hear how she did it well though.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I would have kept it.
I probably would.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I mean, that was dirty.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty. So anyway, anyway, I just wanted to cover that. if they go down this road like this, they're frying that company. They're just going to fry it.
Yeah, and I hate to say it that, but in past with companies that have lost their leader, because he was the leader, he was it.
Yeah.
And now he's gone. Rest in peace. Terrible way to go, but that company is just gonna crash and burn.
Yeah.
You can already see it. I mean, it hasn't even been 6 months, 5 months.
Yeah, but let me ask you. I mean, if it was me and my wife got killed, think I'd be out on stage in 4 days?
Oh, hell no.
There's no fucking way. I mean, there's no way. There's no way. Like,
And I mean,
fireworks,
it's all about,
baby.
yeah.
I mean,
I love that she puts God first, but I don't know if God at that moment would keep me together like she was. She was pretty put together. I mean, that's your husband.
Well,
That's the
and-
father of your kids,
and
and she just
that's-
because
yeah, and that kind of led me to some of the conspiracies that was going around. Like, did he really die? I mean, because she's awful put together for out there 2-3 days later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With a little napkin, wiping the tears. But
I
mean,
don't
it's
know.
just I'm not making assumptions, but it was like it's weird.
She was too put together for me, man. I'm like, dude, your husband just got assassinated
on
TV.
in broad daylight.
On broad daylight.
3,000 people.
And
anyway,
by the end of the week, you were on the show and you forgave the dude. I mean, I don't know. That's more power to her if that's how it was, but I would not be. I don't have that in me like that. 4 days later, man, I'd be. But that's just me.
Yeah. So the direction we're going tonight, just to be clear, we're going to put a pin in that for now. The direction we're going tonight is just to lay these things out for you, for the audience, in a way that they can understand what's going on. And there was a post from Elon, and the title says it all. And it's a short clip, but I don't want to misquote it. Once you understand the incentives, the behavior is obvious, right? Once you understand the incentive for all this stuff that's going on all over the country, all over the world, really. But I tend to stay around, in the confinement of the United States the best I can because I'm America only. Really,
America first, baby.
Yeah, that's it. But this little short clip tells you a lot, and you got to listen to this because this is one of those clips where you got to listen really close for what's going on.
So what is the end goal? Why are they allowing it?
Truly, they want to change the demographics of the United States. They really do. Because no, honestly, the people from Nebraska, like my family's from, like Americans that have, my family's been in the United States for 400 years. Traditional standard Americans are not leftists. Latin Americans all leftists, and it's just, it literally is. It's just to try to change that demographic.
Yeah, it's a short clip, but I wanted to get that. You see what they're talking about, right? They're talking about how they do this. What's it called? I lost my question. Talking about how the money is funneled. Basically, that's about. Isn't that what that was about? And how it's done is like in your face.
Oh, yeah.
It's just done in your face. Short clip and it's hard to follow, but
So what is the end goal? Why are they allowing it?
Truly, they want to change the demographics of the United States. They really do. Because no, honestly, the people from Nebraska, like my family's from, like Americans that have, my family's been in the United States for 400 years. Traditional standard Americans are not leftists. Latin Americans all leftists, and it's just, it literally is. It's just to try to change that demographic.
So yeah, so they tell you, it's like the stuff that's going on with ICE and different things like that. It's like they throw it in your face. Because we're this, we're black or we're whatever. what's the Latino or Mexican or Somalian or whatever. And if you say anything about that, then you're wrong, right? Is that what you got from that?
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Well, that's the thing is, years ago it was Americans. Now they've broken us up into labels. I'm Latino. I'm African American. Caucasians. All that stuff. Instead of just being, hey, we're Americans. I don't give a shit. I don't care where you're from, as long as our goal is to make America the greatest place. Because it is.
Let's talk about this now. Let's look at this. So apparently in the government or in the United States or in politics, the right wing are all these things. They're racist, they're xenophobic, they're all the different things, right? They're xenophobic. What is it? What's that one? A Zionist,
Homophobic,
all these things. Right?
Everything. Every ism is that's what the right wing is supposedly.
But yeah, tell me why, if the Democrats are so great, every single congressman and congressman voted to increase your taxes. Can you tell me why that is? I mean, I'm just saying, if the right wing is the horrible people that are embezzling all this money and having all these illegal, everything you can imagine under the sun, because think about it, all the stuff that's going on has to do with, and I'm not saying that the Republicans don't have a part in it in some of these places, like the Somalia fraud and now they've said that there's billions of dollars in Indian fraud as well.
Oh,
and all this stuff, right? And so, but yet,
government's too big.
They're talking about Trump is trying to take care of all his billionaire friends.
Yeah.
But yet, they're the ones that want to add more taxes to everyday citizens instead of take it back.
Collar.
So here you go. You're gonna love this. This is it. We're gonna play. We're going to play that, and then we're going to play this other one about play two of them back to back. They're two separate topics, but I think it's fitting.
Every single Democrat voted against a tax cut. Every single Democrat voted to raise your taxes. Every single Democrat voted to raise your taxes because Democrats think that they and the government are better stewards of your money than the American people.
I hate to say it, but I feel like if we don't start arresting people and making them pay for breaking the law, for destroying this country, and pretty much doing what they did for us, we'll never get respect, and they never will stop. It's like a child. How many times will you allow your child to break the rules until you learn as a parent that you need to step in and enforce some type of law? Some type of law, because the rules ain't working. You gotta bring it up a different level. That's where we're at in America. Democrats have gotten away with doing the absolute most unhinged shit to Americans, and yet we continue to let them. There's no reason why Don Lemon should not be in jail right now. It's no reason why the Somalis should not be in jail right now. There's a whole lot of people that should be in jail that if they were Republicans and the shoe was on the other foot, they'd be rotten right now. So until we start making people be accountable, they're not going to fear accountability. Our party, it appears spineless. I'm not going to say it is, but damn it, it looks like it. I don't think I'm alone when I say we need to start seeing people get arrested, and soon.
American people have the First Amendment right to observe ICE operations. American people have the First Amendment right to peacefully photograph ICE operations. The American people have the First Amendment right to peacefully film and live stream ICE operations. Donald Trump has sent ICE across the country to try to intimidate people and communities in various states, and the people of Minnesota said, no, we're not going to take it. We will not yield. We will not bend the knee. And every time ICE engages in what appears to be abuse, more Minnesotans show up. Every time ICE and Border Patrol engage in what appear to be unlawful actions, more Minnesotans show up and observe, film, and live stream ICE. And this is so important because the evidence that's being gathered can be used in future years. And while this administration might not prosecute ICE officers or Border Patrol officers for violating federal law, a future administration can do so. The statute of limitations for most federal crimes is 5 years.
Dude, he's
So-
I
Yeah, there you
do
have it.
not like that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's always got some shady ass way. Oh man,
So-
that guy just everything that dude says is good.
So, a couple things. First, just know that when the Democrats are voting to raise your taxes, you vote for them, that shit's on you. I'm just going to say it. If you vote for this, if you vote for them, continue to vote for Democrats because you think that they are the party of, I don't even know what, you get what you vote for. Okay. That's the first thing. The next thing is what Don Lucero was saying. The Democrats, that's why I played that one and the other one beside it. Because the Democrats, they are coming for you with knives out.
Oh yeah.
Double-edged, sharp knives coming for you. They're coming for you. And the Republicans are playing patty cake.
Yeah.
All the time. And, you know,
They're spying
and that's kind of why when Elon was talking about a new American party, I was like, you know, if we could get all the real people, the 80 million people, which you couldn't get that many people to vote American further like an American party and get rid of all these squishy Republicans, that'd be great. But you can't get the vote. There's no way to get that vote across. Now, if they cleaned up the voting system and completely gutted it, which I don't know, you can't even get them to arrest people. So, I mean,
Exactly.
you know, but what I mean is if you could just get the voting system to where it was fair across the board with no fraud, maybe you could switch apart, make a new party or do whatever like that. You know what I mean? But it's
We
impossible.
got a new party. That's the thing, and that's
No, we don't. It still votes under the same vote.
It
It's
does,
the
but
Republic- it's all
but
voted
and that's why right now all the people that are coming up in the midterms, if Trump isn't on the ticket, I've said it before. If Trump is not on the ticket, people don't show up.
Right. We got to get him to show up.
We
But
gotta
I
get
don't
him to
know
show
how- I
up.
don't know how
That's
you-
what I don't know, and it
I
doesn't matter
can't-
about his endorsements anymore. They don't care if his name is not on it. It always is, and that's what happened the last time. That's my fear, and this is starting to pan out like his last term.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, it's like you had everything was Republican, and they didn't get shit done.
Yeah.
And that's
There's
what I
right
mean.
there now.
It's just
And
a
so, one of the things that I see, if I'm being observant,
Mhm.
is that he's doing lots of stuff, but he really is. He's doing a lot of stuff for financial markets and other countries and all these different things. But as far as like, we're going to get to that clip here in a little bit, what Stephen Gardner was saying.
Yeah.
You know, hey, let's get some wins in some places that there's wins instead of going after all these liberal cities. Let's go
Exactly.
after some ringers. Let's get some points on the board. If you know that your 3-point shooter is good 10% of the time, and your 2-point shoot is 90%, makes sense not to waste the shot on a 3-pointer when you know that you can get the points on the board, and that makes sense to me. Now, this Ned Lieu, I think it's Ted Lieu, I think it is.
Yeah. He's a shady. He's always been shady. He's been
Well,
shady.
you know what he said though? When we get back in office, we'll start charging people.
And they will.
And they will. They've shown. They've shown it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you have the power. You have everything right now. Why are we still playing by the rules? The Democrats don't play by the rules. They never have.
Well,
and as it gets further on, we're just gonna. The people that are in the Republicans are gonna get dealt
not
with.
going to vote for these squishy Republicans. They're going to stay home.
Yep.
And then we're like, you didn't do nothing when we did vote for you. Why would I come out and vote now? You might as well just burn it down.
Yep.
And there's people,
with
lots of people
that say
that are
dude.
like,
yeah,
fuck it. I've been preparing for 20 years. Let's go.
Yeah.
Because they don't see a way out. The only way out is like some civil war or something. Yeah. So, I mean, you know,
yeah.
When you think about it, I mean, I don't know. But let's you know, I don't know.
I always want a peaceful solution. Always
Sure,
want a
of course.
peaceful solution.
Absolutely.
But if you're like you said, if you're playing patty cake and these people have knives out for you, and they do, our belief in God and in the Constitution is old way of thinking. They want to do this new revolutionary way of thinking, and everything should be free. You're not going to own anything, and you'll be happy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what the problem with California is. You know, this one party rule. There's no change. Stagnant here.
I really was hoping that we could have got something done in California, but I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Let's keep going. So Jamie Dimon was at
Davos.
And so I got
just straight
Jamie Dimon,
globalist, dude. He's like, I'm a globalist.
I got a couple clips. I'm gonna play them back. JP Morgan, JP Morgan, right?
Yeah.
I got 2 clips. We're gonna play those 2 back to back, and then get into this crazy shit that's going on in Minnesota. It's fucking wild, dude.
Still,
people are
a month later. That's what I thought it was going to die out, and it just hasn't.
It's just getting started. Wait till the sun comes out.
Yeah,
I mean, it's 15 below right now over there,
and they're still raising hell.
So stand by.